Imagine a city where your rent doesn't eat your paycheck, job opportunities are booming, and skyline cranes stretch into the sky like the promise of a better life. That city exists, and it's Charlotte, North Carolina. While major metros like New York, San Francisco, and even Austin are pricing out the middle class, Charlotte is rising fast, but in a completely different way. The question isn't whether it's booming, it's whether you're going to get in before it's too late. This isn't just a city on the rise. It's a case study in what the new American dream might look like. Hi, and welcome back to the channel, where we break down economic shifts, real estate trends, and the stories behind the fastest growing cities in America. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about metro areas of 2025, Charlotte. Not just the banking capital of the South anymore, Charlotte has evolved into one of the most livable, dynamic, and affordable cities in the US. We'll explore why so many people, from Gen Z remote workers to retiring boomers, are choosing Charlotte as their next home. We'll uncover how the housing market stacks up, what makes the job market so magnetic, and why this city is starting to steal the spotlight from other Sunbelt powerhouses like Dallas and Atlanta. And more importantly, we'll give you tips on how to take advantage of the Charlotte boom before the secret's fully out. To truly understand Charlotte's transformation in 2025, you have to walk its streets, not just uptown with its gleaming skyline and luxury condos, but through the side roads where cranes hover like sentinels, silently lifting new dreams into place. You hear it in the rhythm of hammers, the echo of city council meetings, and the rush of new families stepping off moving vans with wide eyes and cautious optimism. Charlotte is no longer a secret, it's a story unfolding in real time. But this story didn't start yesterday. It's a tale a decade in the making. One shaped by a mass migration from expensive coastal cities, fueled by a thirst for affordability, opportunity, and a higher quality of life. What used to be a mid-sized southern city with banking roots is now one of the fastest-growing metros in the United States, drawing in tech talent, entrepreneurs, remote workers, and retirees, all in search of something stable, sunny, and still reasonably priced. At the heart of it is a critical equation: affordable living meets explosive growth. And in 2025, very few cities can claim to have preserved that balance. The average rent in Charlotte remains notably lower than in cities like Atlanta, Austin, or Nashville, let alone New York, LA, or San Francisco. A one-bedroom apartment in a well-connected neighborhood might still cost under $1,400 a month. Compare that to $2,700 in Manhattan, or $3,000 plus in San Francisco, and the appeal becomes obvious. But what's more surprising is what you get for that money. Spacious layouts, new builds, amenities, and crucially, community. It's this last part that can't be measured in spreadsheets. Charlotte is a city that still feels human. People greet each other in line at coffee shops. Neighborhoods have actual front porches, and that hybrid of small-town energy and big city momentum is rare, maybe even endangered, in today's America. But let's dig deeper into what's truly driving Charlotte's affordability in the midst of its boom. First, the housing pipeline is robust. Unlike coastal metros bogged down by zoning gridlock, Charlotte has embraced development. Its city council and planning departments have leaned into the growth with strategic urban planning that promotes density without compromising charm. Duplexes, townhomes, mixed-use communities, they're not anomalies here. They're part of the blueprint. And developers, both national and local, are betting big on Charlotte. Drive around neighborhoods like Noda, South End, or even out toward Ballantyne, and you'll see a construction boom that feels almost surreal in a country gripped by a housing shortage. There's a sense that the city is not only growing, it's preparing for the growth. That's a crucial difference. But what about job opportunities? After all, affordability without opportunity just leads to stagnation. This is where Charlotte shines. Once known primarily for its banking behemoths like Bank of America and Wells Fargo, Charlotte's economy has diversified dramatically. Fintech startups, health tech innovators, logistics companies, and a surprising number of clean energy firms now call the city home. Add to that a blossoming creative economy. Think design studios, production houses, even indie gaming companies, and Charlotte is quickly becoming a talent magnet. Then there's the rise of remote work, which redefined the geography of opportunity. In the past, people moved to cities for jobs. Now they move for lifestyle, and bring their jobs with them. Charlotte has leaned into this shift, offering a lifestyle that remote workers crave. Lower costs, walkable neighborhoods, vibrant nightlife, mountain getaways just 2 hours away, and ocean weekends within reach. And that lifestyle comes without the punishing financial stress of other tech hubs. But it's not all sunshine and breweries. Growth brings challenges, and Charlotte is no exception. One of the biggest concerns in 2025 is transportation. As the city grows outward and upward, its infrastructure is being tested. Traffic congestion is rising, especially during peak hours, and while the light rail system is expanding, it hasn't caught up to the population explosion just yet. The city's leaders know this, and to their credit, they're pushing forward with a $13 billion regional mobility plan that could be game-changing. But big infrastructure takes time and patience. Another challenge? Gentrification. As more wealth pours into historically affordable neighborhoods, longtime residents are being priced out. This is happening in neighborhoods like Cherry, where property values have doubled in just a few years. It's a story as old as urban growth itself. But Charlotte is trying to write a new ending. Local nonprofits and city planners are actively working on inclusionary housing policies, land trusts, and renter protections. Whether that's enough is still an open question. Then there's the culture shift. With new residents arriving daily, Charlotte is grappling with its identity. Is it still a southern city? Is it becoming another tech hub clone? The answer lies somewhere in between. You can still find barbecue joints passed down through generations, but now they sit next to vegan bakeries. It's a mosaic. And to many, that's the beauty of Charlotte, a city where history and progress coexist, sometimes uncomfortably, often beautifully. Zoom out, and the macroeconomic context adds another layer of intrigue. In 2025, much of America is still dealing with the aftershocks of inflation, interest rate whiplash, and political gridlock. Housing affordability is a national crisis. Wages have stagnated. Credit is tighter than ever. Yet Charlotte, somehow, is managing to ride the wave rather than be swept under it. Part of that has to do with North Carolina's relatively stable tax environment. Property taxes remain low, state income tax is flat, and local government, while certainly not perfect, has avoided some of the fiscal meltdowns seen in other parts of the country. This has made Charlotte not just a refuge for individuals, but for companies. More headquarters are relocating here. More conferences are being hosted here. More VC funding is trickling in. It's becoming the kind of city where founders want to launch, where creatives want to collaborate, and where families want to stay. But the most powerful reason Charlotte's boom is different. People still believe it's possible to build something here. In too many cities, that belief has been eroded, crushed under the weight of rent, regulation, and despair. In Charlotte, there's still a sense that your money goes further, your voice matters, and your life can actually improve year after year. You hear it in the stories, like the couple who left Boston, bought a Craftsman home in Plaza Midwood, and opened a small record store that now doubles as a community art space. Or the immigrant family from Colombia who moved to Charlotte for safer streets, found work, and now own a small cafe where locals line up for empanadas and espresso. Or the 27-year-old graphic designer who left San Jose, found a thriving creative community here, and now co-runs a co-working space that's already profitable. These aren't outliers, they're the new Charlotte. And while the city's rapid growth brings the usual risks of overdevelopment, cultural homogenization, or market correction, the underlying fundamentals are strong. Affordable housing, economic diversity, strategic planning, a welcoming vibe, a hunger to innovate, and a belief that Charlotte's best days aren't behind it, but directly ahead. For anyone watching from afar, wondering if they've already missed the boat, the truth is, Charlotte isn't finished yet. There are still pockets of affordability, still neighborhoods being revitalized, still builders breaking ground. And if you're looking for a place to not just survive 2025, but to truly thrive, it's worth looking a little closer at this southern star. Because in a nation where too many cities are pricing out their future, Charlotte might just be saving the American dream, one front porch at a time.